Many thanks for joining us. Our sign language interpreter at the bottom end of your screen is Meresha Owiti. I'm Linda Ogutu. 3 judges of the appeal court have refused to excuse themselves from hearing an appeal case by the Teachers Service Commission. The judges say the teachers union did not provide any reason to warrant their removal from the case.
After the teachers' unions asked for a review of the previous 3-judge bench, claiming that the final decision of the judges may not be independent. But even with the newly constituted 5-judge bench of Justices Erastus Githinji, Martha Koome, Philomena Mwilu, Festus Azangalala and Professor James Odek, the unions presented a fresh application seeking the dismissal. They claimed that the bench was handpicked and micromanaged to rule in favor of the government.
Allegation now, the appellant is saying that because of the stakes for the government in this case, because of the desperate situation it faces, because the government has lost face in this case, that's a pity. There are judgments of the courts that is defined, and the only option is in prison. The only court that can release the government from prison is this court. And that's why my role is that the applicant is saying that the president of the court has especially or handpicked the judges who are listening to this case with specific instructions now. In light of the defeat after defeat or failure after failure the government has suffered in all levels of the courts.
Allegations that the Teachers Service Commission termed baseless and disrespectful, accusing the unions of intentionally delaying court proceedings.
Hook or crook, you are left with one position, that there is a judgment against TSC. And because you have a judgment against TSC and you have obstructed the hearing of the appeal, you can go to high pedestal and say this, that TSC is in contempt of court. That is the forensic and strategic advantage intended by this application.
There is a suspicion and apprehension that you were handpicked and you are being micromanaged. I shudder to think what that means when it is said of a judge of the judicature of the Republic of Kenya.
The judges, however, refused to recuse themselves from the case and instead dismissed that application. They cited lack of proof to the allegations made by the teachers' unions.
For avoidance of doubt, the 3 judges of this court, the subject of this application, hereby find no good reason to recuse themselves. We dismiss the application and hereby order that the consolidated appeal shall proceed immediately for hearing before the 5 judges presently constituted for this matter and causing the appeal.
Following that ruling, senior counsel representing the Kenya National Union of Teachers, Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, recused himself from the case, wishing not to participate in any further proceedings.
I don't think it would be fair for me to continue this matter, and I respectfully ask you to support.
The court then commenced on the hearing of the appeal by the Teachers Service Commission, which sought to reverse the 50% to 60% pay increase. The hearing will continue on the 30th of September. Despite several applications to dismiss that appeal by the Teachers Service Commission, the Court of Appeal has finally commenced on that hearing of the appeal. But even as both parties continue to seek the relief of the court, students in public schools continue to suffer as the teachers' strike now enters its 5th week. Michelle Ngele, KTN News.